I hope you are all doing well. In this video, I'm going to show you how to access and utilize the Crafton Hills Library database. All right, so from the Crafton Hills homepage, to get to the library homepage, you will select Student Services, then drop down and select Library. Now from here, you'll go ahead and select Article Databases on the right-hand side. Now, if you're looking for a scholarly journal or an academic journal, a great place to start your research would be the EBSCO databases or EBSCO Academic Search Complete. And this is a really good place to start because the EBSCO has a range of different subjects and topics that you can research. And if you're accessing the library database from your house, you will need the login and password because it is only accessible to students and employees. And you can find that in the announcements that there'll be the username and the password. Okay, so once you're logged in, it will take you to this page right here. And this is when you can really start your search. One thing about EBSCO and accessing the library database is that you don't want to search or look for anything using complete sentences. You really want to use as few as words as possible. So say if you're looking, you're interested in, I know a few students are doing like daily exercises or daily meditation. So if you're looking for, say, like, what are the benefits of meditation or exercise benefits, you would just type in meditation. I can spell that right. Okay. Meditation and then benefits. So you really just want to use a few keywords. You wouldn't type in what are the benefits of meditation, for example. So just a few words to search, and it's a lot. You'll come up with a lot more results than typing in a full sentence. So it takes a second to load. And once it loads, you will see that in a lot of cases, there'll be like thousands of results. If you've ever done any other research and looked for something like that's a very common topic, like say if you typed in mass incarceration or something like that, maybe like 20,000 results would come up, which could be really overwhelming to sort through and look for like what is actually necessary for your actual paper. Like what do you need for your paper to go through all that? So one way to help narrow down your search would be to limit on this left-hand side. This is where the tools you'll use to refine your search. So you want to definitely limit to the full text so that you have the actual full article. And if you're looking for an academic journal, you also want to have it scholarly peer-reviewed journal. So you want to make sure to select that as well. And so we went from 1,000 all the way down to 239, which is already great. But to limit it even more, you can go down and again, select source types, select academic journals. You'll go down to 230. And you also probably want to limit the year. Most of the time, we want to have up-to-date research within the past, like maybe 5 years, I would say. The more recent research that you can get, probably the better. I'm assuming like you really probably don't need something from 1973 unless you're doing like the history of something and looking into like how it was previously and comparing it to how it is now, for example. So I would say to limit your search maybe to 2016 to 2021. That seems like a fair range, pretty recent research. And we went all the way from 230 down to 84. So that's just some of the ways you can limit it. You could also limit it according to like subject, gender, like there's all these different kinds of things that you could do to limit your search. Sometimes you could also change the language. Like if you see a lot of like Spanish articles and you're like, I don't necessarily like speak that language. Sometimes it's even in Portuguese, whatever. You could also limit it down to just English, or say if you are just looking for just Spanish articles, then just Spanish. So that's one way that you could really limit your search. The next thing that you want to do is instead of going and reading through the whole article to see if it is actually useful. One thing you could do is start reading the title and see, okay, like maybe does it sound like it will work for me? Another thing that you could do is once you click on the title, you could also read the abstract if there is one available. So if there's an abstract available, it really is the summary of their conclusions for the article. So it really outlines what they did in the article and their conclusions as well, and overall what they are completely looking at. So that is a great place to start to look to see if this article is actually going to be useful before going ahead and reading the whole thing. Because some articles, as you may encounter, could be like 25 pages. They're really long. So it's hard enough reading the article. So to read a whole 25-page article, for example, just to find out it's not useful would be very frustrating. So try to limit that by, reading the abstract. And you could also look at some of the subject terms, or which are also like some of the keywords as well. So keywords and subject terms would also be a good idea to look at as well for you. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing and we're going to transition back over to the library database. And we're just going to switch tabs. Hopefully this switches over. Okay, so say we're back on the library database where we clicked article databases and we got here to this page. If you're looking for an academic video or a newspaper article, which is also required for your research paper, the library database is also a great place to look for this. So we do have academic videos online. They are free to watch. And that is also, it's a really good place to look for. If you're looking for a credible video according to your topic, this could be a great place to start. So on this right-hand side, you can select search. And again, you just really want to use just a few keywords. So I typed in just meditation to see what it came up with. There is 1,540 videos, which is a lot. Some of them are short, some of them are longer. As you can see, some of them are just samples. So you want to really refine your search. You could refine it if you click, sorry, I didn't give instructions. If you click this little button right here, you can sort the type of videos that pops up. So again, you want to probably change the date to maybe like 2015 to 2021. Anything past that, or before that, is probably not going to give you the best results. You can again limit it to just English. You can limit it to just documentaries if you'd like. You could also limit it according to the subject. The publisher and the person, you probably won't be using that too much unless you are familiar with a publisher or a person already, and you're kind of looking for that in general. So we went from 1,500 to 290. And again, you can just go through this and see what works best for you. Okay, so that's how you could help maybe find a video for your research. I'm just trying to go back to get out of here so I can show you the next thing we wanted to go over. So if you're looking for a newspaper to use for your article, you also can find one through the library database through the US newspapers. And some newspapers, well, actually a lot of newspapers nowadays, like say the New York Times and things like that, you have to pay to read them. There's been, if you ever pull up an article on New York Times, it will let you read maybe half of it on your phone, and then it's like subscribe or, pay to read the rest of the article. But fortunately, we get access to free newspapers. So if you go back and you click on US newspapers, it will take you to this ProQuest site. And to actually look for a newspaper, you don't want to select all, you do want to select more, and limit it to newspapers, for example, or say a magazine if you're looking for that. But just for this example, we'll look at a newspaper, and we're again maybe looking at meditation. So I would just type that in there. And it takes us to this. And luckily for this subject, we only have 20 results, which is awesome, and maybe a little bit scary as well. But you again want to limit it to full text. And since this is a newspaper, you probably want something in the past year. So maybe you can limit it down to the last 12 months to find something that's pretty current. Again, like newspapers come out with news every day. So versus like academic journals, those have a longer process. So for newspapers, I would say try to find the most current rather than in the past 5 years, maybe in the past year to find your newspaper source. So it's limited to full text, and we have it in the past 12 months. You could also limit it to the subject. You could also limit it to the document type, the language. So you probably want to have it in English. And then from there, you can really start clicking on them and reading a little bit of them so that you can get an idea of if it will work for you. Luckily, newspapers are usually not as long as academic journals. Newspapers, it's news, you got to keep it short and brief, versus academic journals, they tend to be fairly long. But regardless, I hope that helps. That was just a little bit of an intro to how to use the library database to find an academic journal from EBSCO, or maybe how to find an academic video online through the library database, or to find a newspaper as well. I love research, so if you guys need any help, finding sources or limiting your search, or limiting down your topic or anything like that, definitely shoot me an email through Canvas or schedule a one-on-one appointment with me, and I'd be happy to help. I will also have drop-in hours where you could just drop in and ask a quick question if you'd like, coming up this week. So if you do need any help, please do not hesitate to reach out. I absolutely love research, and I'd absolutely love to help you. So just let me know. And I hope this video helps you a little bit. And again, I hope you all have a great night, and I hope to look forward, I'm not making any sense anymore, but I hope to work with all of you soon. And yeah, let me know if you do need help. All right, bye.